I'd heard a lot about this racetrack, and I'd heard so many great things about our staff from the Cars Tour, about their experiences here, and so I was excited to be able to have the opportunity to come and give it a shot. It reminds me a little bit of Myrtle Beach and East Carolina Motor Speedway, and it raced really fun. I think I definitely want to come back and give it another shot. I think the best thing about the whole experience for me was, though, that my family could come and they had things to do. So we're so close to the coast, you can go to the aquarium, and the kids and Amy and all them have some opportunity to have activities and stuff throughout the weekend, including being at the racetrack itself. So this was kind of the perfect mix of priorities.
Yeah.
No, prioritizing. Oh man, I can't even say it.
But the record state this is 1:30 in the morning or whatever.
Cut that out. Cut that part out. But when you're trying to prioritize family and racing, like I am, like I can only run so many races, and I can't just run. I'd love to run the whole Cars Tour, but I got 2 little girls and all kinds of things going on in my life, and so this kind of is a good mix of being able to bring them somewhere where they can go experience the weekend, and there's things to do around in Jacksonville and so forth. So that was a good thing for me. They came and were a part of this, and I get to have fun and do what I want to do and do something for myself and be selfish, but my family gets to have a great time too. So that's probably the best part about it for me. And I think it was a good night for the series, good night for the track, and had a great race. I heard that the race looked pretty good on flow, so checked all the boxes.
Was this one of those races where, because of the timing of Landon getting sideways in front of you, that you never got a chance to even implement the strategy that you guys had come up with?
Yeah, we qualified bad, which I'm just still trying to figure out what the secret is to getting these cars to run fast in qualifying. We race fine, but I just don't know what to do in qualifying that can find more speed for our car. I think I'm just driving too hard, but anyhow, the race starts, and I was in the back, and so I had a choice to ride if I wanted to. There was no point in really driving the car to the front and using it up. So we sat there for a while, 40 laps into the race, decided that maybe we'd try to gain about 10 more spots. I think each I call them stages, but we have the competition yellows at lap 45 if we don't have a natural yellow. And so I think, I needed to get about 10 spots in that first little stage and then another 10 spots in the next stage. And I would have been set up pretty good to try to race the last 50 laps or so as hard as I could and see if the car would last to get a top 10 or a top 5 finish. The car was good enough to do that. And I was trying to hustle by Landon because I was kind of stuck behind him on the inside. And I felt like if I didn't try to pass him on the bottom 3 wide, then I was going to let all these people by me that I had actually tried to position myself in front of. And when you're running these tire conservation races, you can't give up a lot of spots when you're that late in the race. And I felt like that was going to undo all of the things I was trying to accomplish. And so I got a little antsy and just tried to make too much happen. Going 3 wide is never a good idea, and I sit there and see it happen all the time in the Cup Series or Xfinity Series, and there I was tonight making the same mistake. But anyways, had a good car and just got to figure out how to qualify better so I can put myself in a different situation to choose what I want to do strategy-wise. But I'm having a blast and can't wait to race again. I've got a couple more races lined up this year, and we got some pretty cool stuff happening outside of that with this car. We announced Sammy Smith's going to race at Wilkesboro with Cherry Lemon Sundrop, and we've got another cool announcement coming for the Wednesday Caraway event that I think people will be excited about. And then I'll drive the car again toward the end of July at a race, and then I'm going to probably run Darlington, the Darlington weekend with the Cars Tour again. So we got a lot going on. We're excited about it.
Dale, this is your first race on the new Cars Tour tire. How did you feel like it wore tonight compared to the old tire? Did you feel any better about it or worse about it?
Yeah, I actually love the tire. I mean, the ST2 is a bit more durable, and so, I love the tire conservation races, and this tire is a little tougher, so you can run it a little bit harder. I think that if there's 30 cars out there, there's going to be about a dozen drivers that don't really understand how to save and keep the car off the right rear. And so that works in my favor because I feel like I really know how to keep the right rear underneath the car for the whole race. And so this tire kind of works against that. So it's made it tougher for me to try to figure out how to get the car, move the car forward, because the tire's just tougher and guys are able to beat it up a little bit more in the race. And it plays into a few drivers' hands in our series. Mini Tyrell, for example, is a guy that runs hard all the time, and this tire is really going to benefit him, and we saw that tonight. There's a few other drivers. I guess at the end we'll see less riding, less. Yes, the pace was slow for the first 45 laps of this race, but it was probably a second faster than it was last year. So that's the goal. When me and Jeff Burton and Harvick and Justin are sitting around talking about how do we, what do we need to fix? Well, that was one of the things those guys really wanted to work on, and this tire's helped us move in the right direction to get the cars racing, get the competitors competing and racing earlier in the race. Yes, there's going to be races where you're going to have to ride and save a little bit, but we certainly made a step forward tonight as a series, I think, with the ST2 tire.
You have guys like Butterbean tonight and Connor Hall both kind of told me that they weren't exactly fans of the tire. So how do you get them to buy into the tire and get them on board with it?
Well, it is the same for everybody. So, when they win the race, they're going to be happy no matter what. And when it doesn't go their way, it's easy to point to what you changed or what the series might have changed, and definitely the tire is going to be near the top of that list. So they'll all figure it out. They'll learn what this tire needs, and not only just as far as from behind the steering wheel and how they can use the tire and how much they can abuse it, but also the setups and advantages that this tire might present. Every tire's, it should be similar in construction, a little bit harder compound, but air pressures and all those things, there's a sweet spot that's going to have to be found, and it'll be a little bit different than the 45 that they've known so well for so many years. But I think for a series, as a driver, listen, I admit, I want a tire that it's going to wear out fast, because I feel like as a driver, man, I can take care of it better than anybody, whether that's true or not. But that's the way I feel, right? And so give me a tire that other boys can wear out, and I'll beat them. That's the way we all feel.
Great interview there from Matt Weaver. Check him out at Sportsnaut, talking about Dale Earnhardt Jr. making his 2024 Cars Tour debut at New River All-American Speedway near Jacksonville, North Carolina. Dale Jr. finishing 14th in the race. For the Kenny Wallace YouTube channel, I'm Charlie Marlowe.